Hi everyone, it's Nicole here from Sydney English Teacher and from the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher. And I'd like to say a big warm welcome to episode 18 of my Question of the Day series. Thank you so much for joining me, whether you're live with me on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel, or whether you've joined me to watch the replay. I really appreciate that you are taking the time out of your busy day and that I am able to help you with lots of useful tips and tricks for English learning success. So, what are we going to focus on today? Well, the question of the day is: are idioms really used by native speakers? Do I need to learn them? I'm sure you've all asked that question before. Do I need to learn them? Look, idioms are really, really important. They are a natural part of the English language and of any language, if you think about it. So, yes, if you would like to be a successful communicator, and if you would like to fit in and to sound more advanced and communicate at a higher level, I 100% recommend that you learn and use idioms. Here are some tips about why. Number one, idioms are a natural part of the English language. Okay, they are used all the time by native speakers without even thinking about it. These idioms come naturally to native speakers because they're a natural part of the English language. And believe it or not, they exist in some form or other in every language. You use them every day too in your language, but they're the equivalent in your language, obviously. They're not translated. So just remember one important thing, okay? Idioms are informal. They are informal. So please never use them in a very formal setting. Never use them in formal writing either. Try to use idioms in natural, informal situations. And try and learn them and use them as much as possible. And I guarantee that your English will become much more natural as well. Next, look, idioms make your speech and what you are saying much more interesting. Why is that? Because idioms are rich in meaning. They are really, really descriptive. They make what you are saying much more interesting for the listener. And they give what you are saying some color instead of it being plain or black and white. So you really get the listener's attention if you are using idioms. And that's the goal of any conversation, isn't it? You're wanting to get the listener's attention. You want them to listen to you and be interested in what you have to say. So try it with idioms. It will really work. Next, become familiar with idioms. Okay? Don't try to use them unless you fully understand their meaning. You could get into a lot of trouble if you don't use them correctly, if you use them in the wrong context. So never experiment with idioms until you've learnt them properly, until you've practiced using them, and until you are 100% confident in using them naturally. Okay? Become familiar with them. Don't experiment and use them just because you think using idioms is great. It's just like any other word or expression that you learn. Wait until you're 100% confident and then start using it. Next, we have idioms are a cultural part of the English language or of any language. Idioms are much more than just words. They demonstrate an aspect of a country's culture. You know, their usage can really say a lot about the people who use them. Okay, so idioms are much deeper than you think. They are indirectly telling us about the culture and the people of that culture, of that country. So I think it's really important for you to surround yourself by that culture, by that language, by English. So surround yourself by television, radio, movies, and you will hear idioms all day long. They'll come more naturally to you and you'll understand them so much better because you're constantly hearing them. And you'll learn a lot about the culture, the English speaking world culture as well. So that is really, really important to remember. So, quickly, a recap of the most important things for you to remember from today's session. Number one, idioms are natural. They are an informal, natural part of the everyday language that native speakers use. So let's do whatever we can to make our speaking natural as well. Use idioms as often as you can. Number two, idioms make what you're saying much more interesting. Yeah. Idioms are really, excuse me, rich in meaning. They're very descriptive and they give color to what you're saying. They make what you're saying more interesting for the listener. So use them. Number three, become familiar with idioms. Just like with everything else you learn, don't experiment with them. Don't use them until you fully understand them and you can use them confidently and correctly. You don't want to get in trouble by making any mistakes. And number four, be aware that idioms are part of a culture. They say a lot about the language and the people who speak that language. They're more than just words. So, learning idioms will help you learn more about the culture of the English speaking world as well. How great is that? So, a quick bonus tip for you from me is try to focus on one new idiom every day. Okay, that could be your goal. Learn and practice one idiom a day, no more. Okay, and use that particular idiom as often as you can throughout the day. Okay, by doing this, you will absorb that idiom, okay? It will become part of you. It will become part of your vocabulary bank. And it will come naturally to you. That's what we want. We want these idioms to come naturally to you in the right situation at the right time. So focus on one idiom a day, use it as much as you can throughout the day, and that focus will help you make the idiom your own. Sounds great. So, if you have any questions about what I spoke about today, please do ask. I'm always here to help. And you're also more than welcome to request any topics or questions you'd like me to talk about in a future episode. So, you can contact me by email or messenger. You can ask in the comments section below, or you can visit this link of my website /ask a question. And I'm more than happy to help you there. That's what I'm here for. If you enjoy learning with me, and you'd like to learn a little bit more, come and join my free learning community. I've got a website, an amazing blog, a fabulous YouTube channel. My Facebook page and Facebook group has thousands of lessons, videos, practice opportunities, you name it. So come and join me in my learning community. And if you really, really enjoy learning with me, you're more than welcome to also join any of my online courses or programs and to become a member of my learning library, which is coming very soon. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's topic for the question of the day and that you realize how important idioms are. Make a goal this week to use at least one idiom every day and open your ears. Listen for as many idioms as you can throughout the day. And as I said, they will come more naturally to you. Um, if you enjoyed today's session, please share the love, share this video with family and friends so that they can benefit as well. So, big thank you once again, and please come back again